Okay, at this time, if everyone could stand, we're going to start our tribute. Okay. Zara is going to start. Zara is going to start out with us. Ready?
The Martin family roots can be traced back to the 1700s. Our story, history, and family continues to strive on to this very day over 300 years later. It's important to remember that our history began by putting God first in our lives. It was by this love and strength that has enabled us to grow and stay strong. This weekend marks the 18th Memorial Day weekend get-together. As much as we can trace our roots back to 1719, we look towards the bloodline of our family in which we as African Americans rose from slavery to where we are today.
We begin our journey with Armstead Martin, born to slavery into 1843. He was the son of Oliver Martin and one of his slaves. He later married a woman by the name of Mellie. Armstrong was a farmer by trade and went on later to own and crop his own land. Armstrong raised a family of love and respect for Christ and was active in church. The 1880 census tells us that Armstrong and Mellie, 8 children. One of them was a son named Kit.
Kit Martin was born in either 1864 or 1869. Always a hard worker, he was a farmer and craftsman by trade. Kit married Mary K. Jackson and would later become a minister and built the first black Church of God in Christ in Greenville, Georgia. During his ministry, he would often fellowship and befriend African students. From these friendships, he developed an admiration for African culture, so much so that 3 of his children were given African names: Tabasu, Kanyas, and Gonzalo. Kit and Mary had 11 children, one of them a son named George.
George Martin was born to Kit and Mary in 1902. Though born in Georgia, George moved to Silver Run, Alabama as a young man. A farmer and craftsman by trade, George farmed and worked at the Emery Pipe Shop. George married Liney Godfrey in 1924, and to this union, 5 children were born. Following Liney's death, George married Cena's Phillips. To this union, 12 children were born. While working and raising a family, George acquired several acres of land. This land is still in the family today. A true feat and a testament to family pride, George settled this land with his eldest son, George Palmer.
George Palmer Martin was born to George Sr. and Lonnie Martin. Palmer, as he was affectionately known, continued to carry out the Martin legacy. George married O.C. Lee McClendon on Valentine's Day, 1943. With George working as a carpenter and O.C. working as a homemaker, they made their home in the Knoxville community of Oxford, Alabama. To this union, 7 children were born: Gladys, Horace, Raymond, Brenda, Freddie, Trennis, and Ronald.
Today, our family stands on the pillar raised for us by those who came before. The Martin family name has persevered through slavery, Reconstruction, and Jim Crow segregation. We can proudly count soldiers, sailors, airmen, educators, nurses, coaches, and professionals from all fields within the ranks of our family. The family bonds represented here today are a testament to what love, support, and devotion truly mean.
We know that some of our family members have gone on and are no longer with us. Let us take time to honor their memory. We remember George Palmer Martin, O.C. Lee Martin, Lenora Holliday, David Holliday, and Kenny Lane. At this moment, we would like to pay tribute to our soldiers and to Ronnie and Kendrick, who both just finished a deployment overseas.